Hi, I'm CG. I'm a playwright at Northwest Theater Workshop. What was your favorite part of the process? My favorite part of the process is when I'm crafting the scenes just before the dialogue starts to come to me and after I've got my head around the story and the thematic material the story explores. That's absolutely by far my favorite part. What is the hardest part of the process for you? The hardest part of the process for me is focusing and connecting my ideas. I always have too many, and it takes me a very long time to figure out not only how to connect them all to make them a cohesive story, but how to keep it logically consistent as well. Describe your play in 5 words or less. My play is about 2 sisters trying to find their way in a dysfunctional family and society. What kind of person would enjoy your play? I think the kind of people that would enjoy my play would be fans of musicals, absurdist pieces, and comedic dramas. What is one thing you've learned through this process? What I've learned is how much a choice about how to tell a story through the stage can shape the form the play ends up taking in its end. In this play, it takes place in a world where all public interactions are done in song, and it's part of the makeup of their social manners and social customs. And I very much underestimated how that choice would shape the form of the piece.
Favorite part of the process for me is it would be those rare fleeting moments where I feel like something I've built is coming across effectively. One of the hardest parts of the process for me is letting go of past versions of the work or ideas I love in the pursuit of clarity and focus. My play in 5 words or less: traumatized inventor hallucinates hypnosis mentor. This play would be for fans of historical fiction, psychological thrillers, and those who like their drama with a touch of quirky humor. One lesson I've learned is the critical importance of getting clear about context and how that shapes dramatic action.
What was your favorite part of the process? Being done? Or it was creating a new, albeit tiny world that has a lot of meaning. And since I don't have a theater or drama background, truly understanding the structure of a short play was really important to me. What is the hardest part of the process for you? The hardest part for me is making sure all my ideas are motivated. It's great coming up with interesting ideas, but really keeping them in a contained box where they all interconnect is always a challenge. Describe your play in 5 words or less. Grief can eat you alive. What kind of person would enjoy your play? Hopefully anyone that likes new short works and has the appetite for a playwright that doesn't have a lot of experience. What is one thing you've learned through this process? Less is more with dialogue. If I had my way, I think everybody would be monologuing all the time. But each and every word really does need to have meaning.
Hi, I'm Wayne Harrell. I am a playwright and also a founding member of Northwest Theater Workshop. What was my favorite part of the process? I would say learning how to apply my adventurous creativity into focused, purposeful ways that serve my greater intentions. What was the hardest part of the process for me? Maintaining the discipline to observe and define the small, specific parts of my plays and adjust them with consistency. Describing my play in 5 words or less. I have too many ideas. My most recent play. Cancerous man searches for life. What kind of person would enjoy my play? Someone who can laugh, cry, who's moved by music, and who's open to hope. What's the one thing I've learned through all this process? The most important thing, one thing I've learned, discovering that theme is identifiable, intentional, and refinable.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Hernandez. I'm a playwright with Northwest Theater Workshop, and this is my testimonial. I've been working with Northwest Theater Workshop for about 3 years now, and one of my favorite parts of the process has been, well, there's a lot there, but collaboratively, it's been working really well. I love the playwrights. I love just meeting with them. They always give me great feedback. They tell it like it is too. So that always feels comfortable and good to hear from another playwright's perspective. As for the part about the actual create wheel process, I would say my favorite part of that particular process would have to be developing your motifs, because really they're just kind of like the centerpieces of your story to help you guide along as you create your theme map. And without that, I can't really, that's kind of like my go-to spot where I feel most comfortable in swimming in. The challenging part, I would say for me, the most challenging part of the process would probably be the developing your theme map and then transferring it into a problem statement. It's actually something that I'm doing right now, and it's difficult only because when you're developing a full-length play, there's a lot of perspectives and themes that you're trying to, not particularly themes, but there's a lot of motifs that you're trying to develop into your primary themes. And then there's also the hard part of creating 2 plot lines, maybe even more depending on what kind of play you're creating. And so it's just always changing and forming, and it's a lot, and it can get really heavy and frustrating. I love writing though. I love that I've been working with Northwest Theater Workshop. They've been helping me with the tools that I need to be a better playwright. In fact, I would say 5 words to describe my play currently would be a young man overcoming family dysfunctions. And I wouldn't have developed something like that without working with them. The other thing that I'm prompted to answer is the fact that what kind of person would enjoy my play. And because I'm developing a family drama, I would say anyone who's interested in learning more about our own family dysfunctionalities within our culture, finding and uncovering masculinity on a different level, that's something that's really important to me. I always want to look into. And so anybody who is interested in psychology, human development, I would say that making like codependency and addiction and the antithesis of that, and how your family can grow and learn from that. I think it's about a young man who's going through a journey. And so if you're interested in, coming of age tales, but kind of flipped on its side, or maybe even a little bit nuanced, that I think you're going to really enjoy that. In fact, I know that you'll really enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Van, and I'm one of the playwrights for Northwest Theater Workshop. What was my favorite part of the process? My favorite part of the process is when you know what you want to write, know what you need to write, so now it's just a matter of actually writing it. What was the hardest part of the process? I personally really struggle with turning points, making them strong and well-motivated. Describing my play in 5 words or less. Therapy with a bad therapist. What kind of person would enjoy my play? people who enjoy musicals, comedies, and awkward situations. What is one thing that I've learned throughout this process? Individual lines, no matter how clever or funny they are, they're only good if the situation around them is good and matches it.